Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. We got the Super Bowl picks. We got Kansas City against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's at home. Kansas City's -3. And I got a money Chiefs to win in the cover. We've been riding Tampa Bay all year. Yes, I know that. Yes, I was able to hit on the future bet Chiefs in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, but that doesn't mean we sleep and we just let the action happen without us. We will win this bet, and I got the Chiefs to win in the cover, and I'll explain why. Listen, the first matchup is this Tampa Bay secondary against Mahomes and his receivers. I think Mahomes' receivers are too good, but most of all, I think Mahomes is too damn good. Yes, this Tampa Bay secondary, they showed some things against Green Bay. They showed some things against the Saints, but I was telling you guys, those two teams were vulnerable all year. And then when you look at the Packers, they're a weapon away. And when you look at the Saints, Drew Brees can't throw over 30 yards. So I don't think Todd Bowles will be able to dial up that press man-to-man they've been using the last 2 weeks. The press man-to-man is why they're in the Super Bowl right now. But if there's any team you don't want to play that scheme with, it is the Kansas City Chiefs. And you look at this pass rush of Tampa Bay, and this pass rush of Tampa Bay is damn good. But I like how the Chiefs' offensive line stacks up against that. Todd Bowles has to figure out new and creative ways to create pressure, because I think just rushing four all day and dropping 8, I don't know if that will be able to really make Mahomes uncomfortable. We saw the 49ers. They were able to do that, but the 49ers had Bosa and D Ford. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have Ndamukong Suh and JPP. It's not the same type of punch in that front four of the defensive line. And let's look at this. We got Mahomes versus Brady. What a matchup. Mahomes is at the top of his game, and dare I say it, Tom Brady at 44 years old is still at the top of his. And that's where this game really starts. You want to see what Brady can do, and you want to see how Bruce Arians sets up Tom Brady to get in rhythm, because if Brady can get in rhythm early, crazy things can happen. And then you got Mahomes. It looks like that, and it looks maybe like I was exaggerating about that foot injury. It looked pretty good. He was rolling to his right. He was throwing deep. So it looked really good. And here's a big question for Tampa Bay. Will they get their running game going? And they have to. They have to establish the run. Brady's been throwing really well off play action, but also they need to run the ball to protect this offensive line. This big offensive line, they're better when they're moving forward. They're better when they're being physical. And it also helps them against the pass rush, because they're not the best pass blocking O-line in the league, and they can get beat with quickness. That's why Tampa Bay needs to establish this running game. And, you got Ronald Jones versus Fournette. I like Ronald Jones, but I think this is Fournette's time. I think you need the big bruiser. I think you need the battle hawk carrying it. I want to see Fournette get 15 to 20 carries. I know that sounds crazy. I know everyone thinks this is going to be like a 50-47 game, but no, Tampa Bay can't win a shootout with the Chiefs. Tampa Bay has to play smart, and they have to control time of possession. And whenever you look at this game, there will be a Brady effect. If Chiefs fans tell you this isn't real, they're a lie. If this game is a 7-point game or a 3-point game in the fourth quarter, when you see Tom Brady on that opposing sideline, it changes things. It creates a certain mental effect and wear on the opposing team. And we know Tom Brady, he's built for these situations, and no one has done it in high-pressure situations like he has. So the Brady effect will be very real, and we have to keep that in mind. If this gets close, yes, the Chiefs are a money pick, but if this gets close, I will be sweating, because I know Brady can pull a rabbit out of a hat, especially in these big-time situations. And now you go to an interesting matchup. You got Andy Reid versus Bruce Arians. Now, yes, you got Brady, you got the leadership he brings, you got the discipline he brings, but then you got Bruce Arians versus Andy Reid, and I think the Chiefs have a big advantage here. I think Big Red Andy Reid knows how to coach aggressive yet smart at the same time. I think his game management skills are quite are quite a different level than Bruce Arians. You worry about Bruce Arians. You worry about Bruce Arians getting pass happy. You worry about Bruce Arians throwing 50 times. You worry about Bruce Arians not keeping Fournette involved in the running game. You worry about Bruce Arians not wanting to play action. Listen, Bruce Arians needs to make this simple. You start off the game running it with Fournette like they have been, and then you work in the quick passing game. You get Brady in rhythm. One problem with Tampa Bay Buccaneers is they're kind of like the Packers in a way. Yes, their offense is dominant. Yes, their offense is absolutely awesome and breathtaking, and they have weapons for days. But a lot of times Tampa Bay, they'll get out of rhythm in games. You'll see 2 3-and-outs in a row. They'll start in the first quarter with 2 3-and-outs. Hell, maybe you'll see a turnover on that third possession. Dude, a lot of it's Bruce Arians because the team starts with a bad script. You need a good script. Tampa Bay needs to get this right the first time they get it, and they need to put up points to put pressure on the Chiefs, to put some doubt in the Chiefs' head. And Andy Reid, man, what more do I need to say about Andy Reid? They damn well could have lost that Browns game if it wasn't for Andy Reid's crazy dice roll at the end of the game to keep his team on the field. Andy Reid is a boss. I think he has an advantage over Bruce Arians, but Bruce Arians, if he plays this smart, he can equalize it. He really can. And you look at this game, and none of us want a Super Bowl or a Lombardi to be decided by special teams. And I don't think we're going to go there. But we have to analyze every part of this, especially if we're betting our hard-earned money. So both special teams are above average. Listen, Tampa Bay had some problems with the punt coverage, but I'm sure that will be fixed. I don't think either team will have an advantage with special teams. Both have above average field goal kickers, so I don't think it will play a huge factor. In terms of home field advantage for Tampa Bay, I don't think it's as big as people are saying. I think it will help Tampa Bay a little bit. I think the hot weather will help Tampa Bay because Tom Brady and that team, they're built for hot weather, but I don't think it's going to change anything. And probably at kickoff time, it's going to be 65, 70 degrees, absolutely perfect weather. And you know the Chiefs, they like good weather too. So I think people are building up the Tampa Bay at home thing a bit too much. We need to calm down with that. And the biggest factor in this game for me is this Chiefs defense is sneaky good, man. And they don't have the stars. And if you look at the talent, you might say that maybe the Buccaneers have an advantage talent-wise, especially if you look at the front seven versus front seven. But Spagnuolo, he's really good at creating pressure. He's really good at sending zone blitzes. He's really good at helping his front four create pressure. Yeah, you got Chris Jones. Yeah, you got some good players in that front four of Kansas City. But I like how Spagnuolo will be able to create pressure with blitzes, nickel blitzes, A-gap pressures. I think that will help contain Brady. And I think that's what you need to do. You need to hit Brady. You need to make him feel uncomfortable. And if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go one-dimensional, Spagnuolo will be putting paws on Brady, and that will change the game, and that will completely cripple the Tampa Bay offense. But same thing is true with this Tampa Bay defense. They have to get pressure on Mahomes. And listen, Tampa Bay has a great run defense, but if there's any week you don't need run defense, you're playing the Chiefs. They're going to run it, 10 times? And maybe like 3 or 4 of those are going to be Mahomes scrambles. So the Tampa Bay defense, their strength isn't going to be utilized in this game. Their weakness is going to be the thing that's going to be utilized the most, their pass coverage. And my question is for you, Mr. Bowles, are you going to have some schemes ready? Are you going to have some creative blitzes? Are you going to send a zone blitz or two? How are you going to get Mahomes to speed up that time clock? How are you going to get pause on Mahomes? Do you think you can just rush 4 and with Sue and JPP and put pause on Mahomes? I don't think so. I have a lot of respect for the Kansas City offensive line from a pass blocking perspective. So it comes down to which defense can manufacture pressure more. And right now it's the Chiefs because that's what Spagnuolo's done. He's done it in every single city he's been in DC, and he can manufacture pressure, but it's up to Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is definitely a good defensive coordinator, but I like Spagnuolo in this battle. And that's why you have to end this. Who will rush the passer better? Chiefs, Bucks. I'm going Chiefs. And I think that will be the difference in this game. I think that's what will cause the Chiefs to lift this Lombardi for the second year in a row. Now, there can be Brady magic. And we haven't look at an X factor like Gronk. We haven't seen Gronk go off yet. Yes, he's been blocking great, but we haven't seen him go off yet. How will Antonio Brown be used? Is Chris Godwin going to be consistent, or is he going to keep dropping balls? What are we going to see out of Mike Evans? For me, there's too many questions with Brady's supporting cast. Yes, there could be magic, but this is all on Brady's shoulders. And Bruce Arians needs to help with pounding Fournette. I think the Chiefs get the first score of this game, and I think this will create a problem for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they get away from the running game, and I think that will hurt the team. I think Brady has a big day, but I don't think he has as big a day as Mahomes, and I think Mahomes makes the more explosive plays. I got Chiefs -3 to win and cover. Check out my soccer page, Lawson Bet Soccer. I am uploading a video there in an hour for a great soccer bet this weekend. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I want to thank you guys for being with me all year during this NFL season. We won a lot of money. I was happy with the Chiefs, Bucks, Super Bowl future, but we're going to get more money, and we got plenty of money coming with the soccer. Check out my Patreon for all my soccer bets. Thank you, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe.